All right, good. All right, so welcome everyone. My name is Fausto Puglisi, president founder of Cybertrain University, and thank you for all for being here. We're going to talk for about 45 minutes, which is, I'm just telling you right now, it's going to go very, very fast. We're going to talk about the market. We're going to talk about some things to trade. We're going to show you how to day trade, to swing trade, to options trade, and we're going to teach you something that here at Cybertrain University, which is probably one of the most popular things that almost 99% of the people do not do, and that's following the money. Now, obviously, we all know what's going on with the war, and it's been causing a quite little shakeup today, actually, since it started on Monday. But today we're down pretty big also. I thought we pretty much were out of the clear yesterday. But yeah, there's some stocks that are going up. Listen, there are some really good buys. We're going to talk about how to find those buys. We're going to cover all that stuff. So if anyone here has any questions, I'll try to answer them as much as possible when it comes to when we get more towards the end. But I'll ask questions as we go along and as I see them. But try to keep your questions on the topic that we're on, because I really want to get to more the exciting part about it is teach you how to trade some of these great things in the market. So let me just go really, really quick without disclaimer, just to let you know you can read more about it on our website. But we're not going to make any promises or guarantees. There is a very high risk in trading. And just to let everybody know, you don't go out there and risk what you really can't afford to lose. Okay. All right. So now we got that out of the way. Let's go out there and let's change the slide here. And let's talk a little bit about our, hold on. Let's talk a little bit about what we're going to be doing. So I'm going to give everyone a golden ticket for the next 7 days to join my trading floor. Okay, so everything that we see here today, we practice what we preach. I'm going to show you stocks that we traded. I'm going to introduce you to traders that we trade with. I'm going to show you basically everything that we do. Okay, we don't hide behind anything, but all of you are going to see, and not only that, but watch and meet these traders that trade with us all day long, the thousands of traders in the trading for one full week. But before we do that, let me hopefully show you a little bit more in the week within the next 45 minutes that this is something for you. Because listen, trading is not for everybody. And you know what? That's okay. But we're going to find out the real truth about it before we do that. So right now, let's just go out and find out what's moving in the market, right? Let's go out in the market. Let's have a little fun right now because there are some stocks that I am long right now. They got positions. I'm going to bring up my execution system up and running here. So you can see here, the Dow Jones, let me get my pointer so everyone can follow along. Hold on. Here we go. Move this over here. There we go. So everybody see my pointer? All right, good. So Dow Jones obviously is taking a very big hit today. You could see we were actually coming back a little bit. S&P taking a very big hit. You got an intraday chart up on top. You got a long-term chart on the bottom. If you notice, I have no indicators, absolutely none. Don't get nervous, okay? Because indicators, is technical analysis, is a lot of paralysis. But I'm going to show you a little bit more of what we do and how things work. But I want to show you some stocks that we traded. And like right now, I got a couple of positions that are open right now. And I got a couple of winners, a couple of losers here. And I want to talk about some of the things that we got. I'm going to bring over my trading floor really quick right here. So here's our trading floor. Now, everyone here is going to be invited to come here. All right. Now, what I want you to look at is right up here. See this right here? This is our alert service. And everyone here is getting access to our alerts. And also you can get these on X if you subscribe to it. Right now, we have a lot of traders that are out right now, but we only have about 185 traders in there right now. And these are all the traders around the world. And these are basically our message board. And these are the stocks that we're looking at. Okay. So this is what you're basically looking at. And there's a couple of stocks that we have that are moving, and we're going to invite all of you. All of you are going to have access to come in here. We do live audio commentary, everything. This actually, believe it or not, is the first trading room that started. I started the first school over 30 years ago. So this is the first original. If you guys ever had the original, pizza, the original cheesecake, you can have the original day trading room. Now, just to show you what's going on those stocks that we traded, here's some of the stocks that we traded this morning that were in our watch list. I'm going to post that up there so guys, you go see that. These are the ones that were moving this morning. That's our watch list right there. This is one of the stocks that we did trade, PDYN. Now, did anyone ever hear about this stock, PDYN? Anyone heard about it? Anyone? Yes, no, maybe. You didn't hear what happened this morning? Nothing? David, traded last year. Wow, you can remember that, Jason? I can't remember what I traded yesterday. I'm very impressed with you. Okay, so PDYN had a really nice move this morning. You could see it right here. It's basically, it's up 31%. It started this morning at 9:30. And you could see how it had a really nice move right here. It went all the way up to this number right here. And then it came back down, hit the number, came back down, up, down. Now it's kind of like trading sideways, wouldn't you say? All right. Now, let me ask everybody a question. Do you think the stock is going up or going down from what we could see? Just say up or down or a question mark. Let me see how you all answer this question. Patrick says up. John says up. Lynn says up. Dell says up. Donna says down. Phil's got a question mark. Can't tell. No volume. No volume. Stock traded 34 million shares. What are you talking about? No volume. It got volume. Up, up, up. Okay. Well, guess what? You're all wrong. You're all wrong. And I am going to right now get out of that position because I think it's going down. I'm going to take my profit of $315 right now. I'm done. Okay. Now, why did I get out? Now, I'm going to ask everyone a very valuable question. What makes stocks go up and down in the market? Can anybody just, everyone should know that answer. If you cannot answer this question, you need to quit trading now and go back to your day job. No, it's not volume. It's not volume. Doug, Celis, Donald, you're all right. Mohammed, you're totally wrong. Okay. Catalyst, wrong. Okay. Buyers and sellers. Buyers, supply and demand also. Okay. So let me just show you something really quick. Now pay attention because now this is going to basically change everything. Let me blow this up really quick right here. I'm going to draw a trend line. All right. If you look right here, I'm going to zoom in a little bit closer here so you guys can follow a little closer. Now, listen to me carefully because this is what's going to change your perspective and realize that you're going to wait and say, Fausto, I want to get into your class right after this. Now I know why I've been doing this for 35 years. Okay, you guys ready? What has this stock been doing since we've been watching it? What happened right here around 11:55? What's been the trend right now? Has it been going up or going down? It's going down, right? Does everybody agree? Okay. Why would a stock go down again? What would drive a stock to go lower? Would it be an analyst? Would it be the owner? What would be? Oh, very good. Margaret, Mark, everyone, John, sellers, right? Everyone writes sellers. Okay. You ready for this? Watch this very carefully. What you're looking right here is called level 4. TotalView, Nasdaq TotalView. Anyone here have Nasdaq TotalView? Just give me a yes or no. Or if you don't know what I'm talking about, give me a question mark. Nasdaq TotalView. No, Jason doesn't have it. Brent doesn't have it. Lynn has it. Kathy's like, what the hell are you talking about? No, I want a global T. No. Nabil, no. Nabil, you have it. That's right. All right. Watch this. Now listen to me carefully because I'm going to show you something. This is 9:30 in the market when the market opened up. Okay. This is called program trading. Program trading is when all these orders that are out there come out when the market opens up. Do you see how this red line showed up right here? That red line, if you look right here, is 143,000 shares looking to be sold. Stock went up there around 10:15, came back down. Tried to go back up, came back down. Tried to go up again and came back down. Okay. Why would the stock stop at $10? Does anybody know that answer? Why would the stock not go past $10? What's preventing it from going higher? That's right, Patricia. Mark, No, it's not resistance. There's a lot of sellers out there trying to sell it at $10. The only way the stock is going to go higher is that two things in order would have had to happen. Number one, the 106, actually, I don't know if you noticed, it just went up in price. That means someone looking to sold more. See how it got a little redder? See how I got a little redder right there? It was a little bit lighter here. Okay. So basically what you're looking at is you got a lot of sellers out there. And unless all those sellers at $10 cancel, or someone's going to buy it from them, that's the only way it's going to go up. Now, all of you said it was going higher. Well, guess what? You know why you thought it was going higher? Because you're looking at the left of the chart. We're not looking at the left. We're looking at the right. You know what the right of the chart is? The future, the orders. Now, I'm going to ask everyone this question one more time. How do stocks go up and down in the stock market, everyone? Thank you very much. Buyers and sellers. Everybody put that. We got over 100 people in here. If you don't answer this question, do yourself a favor. Go back to your day job. And don't take this the wrong way. I don't give trophy for last place. Okay? Because when you got money on the line, they don't take prisoners. They don't care about you. They'll be happy to take your loss. Remember, there's two people in the market, people that win and people that lose. And you don't want to be in the losing business. And this is why people lose. So, did I get everyone's attention? Great. So let's move on and let's have a little fun. Okay? Now, let me tell you a little bit about myself. Okay? Because now all of a sudden, I think I got everyone's attention. I am one of the original So's Bandits. I don't know if anyone here watches any of the old books or read any of the old books. I actually have a book myself. I'm going to offer it to all of you in the next few moments. But the So's Bandits are the original day traders that started over back in the 1990s. I was one of the original traders. So when I started, there was about 1,000 of us. Now there's over 1 million of them. Some of you probably even took some class. If some of you took any classes, chances are maybe that school was one of my students. Maybe it was an instructor at Cybertrade University. I've trained hundreds of thousands of people over the years. And you know what? It's a growing business. It's a growing industry. But the thing is, you got to know how to trade the markets. Now, I've competed against every school in the industry. I've beat every school I went up against. I've also been featured on some of the biggest, most financial industries in the financial institutions in the industry. I also do a lot of education for the exchanges. And the reason why is because if you don't know what you're doing, how are you going to be successful at it? And let me tell you, they will not allow me to come on if I was teaching people how to lose money. I could tell you that. Now, before I do that, I wanted everyone to take a moment that if you didn't do this yet, if you haven't joined me before, I want to give everybody just a second to get a copy of my book, okay? I'm going to give it to you for free. You can go and pay me $60 for it on Amazon, but let's take a second here and take down my email. And let's open up, why don't we take a second here and open up your inbox and type in Fausto at ctutrading.com. And very important, write these 4 words in there. Book, okay? Write book. Don't write anything else. Send me your book. Just write book, all right? And then also, I don't know, some of you here, you got different names. Some people's Trader One. Someone says his name is me. I don't know who you are, but just write your first. So I like to call you by your first and last name. So if you can just do that, Pugliese. All right. So just do that and just hit send. All right. So let everyone just do that right now. And what I want to do is I want to give everyone a copy of my book. It's a fast read. It's a color book. It's been published by Wiley. It's which is one of the largest publishing companies. Honestly, I didn't want to write a book. You know, there's no money in it, but they begged me. They decided to say, listen, Fausto, you got to help the community. I thought it was something good to do. And, and anyway, any way it could help anybody, but then blowing up their account, here's a gift for you. Okay. So, I should see a bunch of you guys registering right now. Gail, JP, Donald, Mark, here you go. I see everybody just sending me an email right now coming in. Mark, there you are. Does everybody see that? Just show anybody's calling in. That's you guys. Good, good. All right, perfect. Yeah, send me that in. And let me tell you, try to read the book. It'll probably take you about maybe an hour or two. I did it specifically so you'll get ready when you come to the trading room. All right. All right. Wow. All you guys are banging that out. Celeste, Mohammed got all your orders. Thank you. Kathy, good. Jake, got yours? Perfect. All right. Now, let me tell you a little bit more how I got started because, I don't like to, I know we want to get into the training part of it, but you know what? Why would don't you want to know about who's going to train you and why you're here? There are so many people in this education business. You're probably going to ask yourself, Fausto, what makes you different than any other influencer or other educating school out there? Well, I could tell you this. I'm one of the original day traders. And the way I got started is, I'm a first generation Italian. I live here in New York. You got there's my wife, Debbie, in the middle. I got three wonderful sons, Alex, Lucas, and Max. My dad came to this country. He told me, he says, son, listen, if you want to learn how to do something, do yourself a favor. Go out there and learn from people that know what they're doing and learn, more importantly, of the people that are really bad at it so you don't do it again. Well, for being 22 years old, I didn't really listen to my father. I said, you know what? What do I need to learn from someone else? Why don't I go out there? Let me try it first and see if I like it, then I'll do it. Well, let me tell you this. That didn't work out too well for me. Okay. And I know a lot of you have been there and done that. How many of you here actually had a mentor? How many of you actually worked for a trading firm? Okay. 90% of the people, actually still a bit higher than that. A lot of them didn't. And that's okay. Right. So, my thing is this: after blowing up 2 accounts, living in New York, fortunately living here, I finally took a job and went to go learn from a trader, a brokerage firm. I had to go work for a trading firm, a prop trading firm. And let me tell you what I've learned on the job, which I'm about to show you right now. If I didn't know that there was something called Nasdaq TotalView out there, I didn't know you had a seat on the exchange. I know you had access to this. And the first thing that came to my mind is like, how in the world does anyone have a fighting chance to go out there and learn this stuff? Why would anyone go out there and do this without knowing that? And you know what it came down to? It came down, people wanted free stuff. Everybody wanted to try it. Well, let me tell you, that didn't work out well for the parent that gave the keys to his 16-year-old, before teaching him and trying to pass his road test. Okay. And you all know that that's like you're giving the keys to the coffin. And I know that recently because I'm trying to teach my 17-year-old right now learning how to drive. And I've done it with my first 2 kids. It's like the worst thing in the world, by the way. Okay. Most uncomfortable. And you know what I'm talking about. Well, guess what? There's a time where it's going to be a little uncomfortable because you have to come to a reality. If you're not following the orders, then who the hell are you following? So the big thing about being a trader is that you got to know how to have the setup properly, which we'll talk about. You got to know how the right tools. You don't got to overthink this. I know a lot of it comes into, just having a little bit of a game plan, understanding the discipline, but also comes down to having the right tools. So when it comes to trading, I don't know if you guys have been following me on YouTube or Instagram or TikTok, but I'm live every morning at 9 a.m. We show everything that we do. And you know what? Better than what you being here today, we're going to get into the trading room. We'll do a lot of that. Now, let's talk a little bit about the market right now, because we're having a little bit of a correction right now. The market's tanking a little bit. And obviously, what's going on with the war, with all that. People are freaking out all over the place. Do I trade defensive stocks? Do I do oil? Do I short high tech? Listen, we really don't care what we trade. And you know what? I've learned that from my mentors that I teach my students, and hopefully you're going to be one of them. You don't care what you trade. You just don't want to lose money. You don't want to make money. Money. I know that sounds stupid, right? Like, Fausto, I'm here to learn how to make money. No, you're here not to lose it. You see, the way you want to be a good trader is you want to survive a market, right? This is not like going to Vegas and you're going to enjoy the weekend. And if you lose, you make, you make. This is your full-time job. How many of you here are between the age of 50 and 90, right? How many of you here are basically about to retire or maybe got laid off or don't like dealing? Like I was just talking to somebody just earlier, said, Fausto, I got out of I sold my business and a mechanic business. and the guy screwed me out of the rent, and I got to take it over, and like I want to do this, but I can't because I got to watch that. I mean, like, you know what I'm talking about. We've been there, we've done that. Everything else. Katie's 66. Brent's been retired for 5 years. See what I'm saying? Like, listen, a lot of our traders in the room are between that age group anyway, so you'll fit right in. But the thing is this, you're in a market right now, which is, which is for us as traders, we love this. We drool for this. Now, let's not get political. Let's not talk about I'm for the war, I'm not for the war. As a trader, we just can't sit there and twiddle our thumbs and hope for the best. But you got to prepare for the worst. This is a trading market, and this is what traders look for. So listen, the strategy is we got to know how to get into the stock market, knowing what to trade and what to stay away from, and know when to take a loss and when not to take a loss. Because fear is where people get screwed. Some people sell things too late. They don't know when to get out. And the problem is that you just didn't see where the orders are. And that's what we're going to focus on. The big thing we're going to look at is something called the big orders. Now, here at Cyber Trading University, we call them iceberg orders. Now, if you're hearing it on the street, you might listen to other people in the industry. If you're hearing from other people, obviously where they learned it from is that most of them are my students and some of my instructors. Because, unless you worked on the floor of the exchange, you probably wouldn't know this. So we're going to look at some charts. We're going to look at some stocks. We're going to look at some orders. I'm going to show you exactly what is something called level 3 and level 4 quotes. Now, I want to start off with Nasdaq TotalView. Now, I want to do a poll. I don't know if I can get a poll up in here running, but who here has Nasdaq TotalView, which is level 3 quotes? Let me get a poll up. There we go. So level 3 is Nasdaq TotalView. Okay, a lot of brokerage firms offer it. If you don't, just type in no. I just want to kind of see where everyone's at so we kind of can share that with everyone. And while you guys do that, I'm going to take a sip of my coffee. All right. Okay. Now, if you don't answer this question, I'm going to take it as a no. All right. No, by the way, no one can see anybody's questions or answers. Patricia says, I'm searching live streams every day to trade Nasdaq futures. All right. Well, listen. Well, you're in the right place, Patricia. All right. So let me end this poll and let me share it with you. All right. So you could see that over 72% of you say no, and the rest of you say I'm not sure. So, and then there's a bunch of you that didn't even answer. So I'm just going to tell you right now, it's about 90%. Now, listen to me carefully. What you're about to learn right now is going to be very, very disturbing. And what I mean by disturbing, you're about to see that you've been trading blind on every single trade that you're doing. I don't care who trained you. Okay. I don't know how much money you spent. I don't care when you got involved. But what you're about to see is what I do. I do a lot of training for Nasdaq, the exchanges. If you want to learn how to understand how the market actually works, now is the time. You better listen carefully. So this is called Nasdaq Book Viewer. You all can get this. And I'm going to show you exactly where to get it in the next 5 minutes. You are going to see every single order in the entire world. No matter what stock you trade, you're going to see where the institutions are, the algorithms, the high frequency trades, BlackRock, Goldman Sachs, you said it, you name it, you're going to see them right here. Okay. You're going to see every single buyer. You're going to see every single seller. You're going to see who wants to pay the most. You're going to see who wants to pay the least. Who wants to buy it for the most? Who wants to sell it for the least? Envision this. You have a seat on the exchange now. They just changed the rules, not too long ago. All right. Back when I started, you'd be licensed to see this data. Now they got rid of it. Everyone could see it. And by the way, every brokerage firm offers it too. They probably didn't tell you about it. But you're going to see every order out there on every stock. Now think about this for a second. Just think about it. I'm going to see where the big block orders are, every single institution. Because remember, who are you? You're nobody. You're the ants on the floor. You're just trying to get the crumbs. These people are moving millions and millions of shares around the world. Millions. You're not going to beat them, but you know what you can do? You could join them because now you could see them. So now let me show you how we can use this data and kind of show you how that works. All right. So let me change the slide here. And let me move this over here. All right. So what we're looking at is a chart looking at PayPal. All right. So you see right here, PayPal was hovering. And then right around 5, this time right here, around 3:30, was that 3:30? Yeah, 3:30. The stock goes from this price to this price. It just made a huge jump of almost $4. Now, why would the stock go up, everyone? Why would the stock go up? What makes the stock go up and down? I'm going to ask this question all the time. You better answer it. Okay. Must have been a big buyer out there, right? Okay. So we're going to go to the exchange. And I want you to look something really carefully right here. You said buyers. We'll look at the buyer column. And right here, a 500,000 share buyer showed up. Not 500 shares, not 5,000, 500. Okay. Let me show you something really quick. 500 times, what is that? $44 a share. It's just simple math. Talking is a $22 million buyer showed up. Okay. Are you buying $22 million in an idea? I don't think so. Okay. Probably wouldn't be here if that was the case, but somebody did. So you ever see a stock do this big spike and like, hey, why did that stock go up? Oh, probably was a buyer out there. How many of you guys are seeing buyers? There they are. Now, I know we have a lot of students in here, okay? And we'll try to share. We have, obviously everyone's chat is being kept private for privacy purposes, but if you have any students that want to share it, a lot of them were very aware of it. We saw this trade, boom, did very well for it, and the stock went up. And by the way, that buyer showed up 30 minutes before it actually took off, okay? All right. Now, no problem, Del. I'll see you on the next one. By the way, Del, sorry, it's been recorded if we miss you. Okay. All right. Now let's look at a big seller. What makes stocks go down? Sellers. So here I have a stock, WDC, right? And you can see how the stock started here right around 9:30 this morning, right around this $258 number. Goes all the way up to about this number right around here, around 273. And for some reason, I don't know, decided to go down. Now, we all agree what made it go down must have been a seller out there. So we're going to go to the exchange, not the Fausto indicator, not the XYZ, trade tool. Okay. All right. We're going right to the exchange. There must have been a seller out there. So I'm going to look at the sell column. I know it's kind of hard to see, which is down here, but right there is that big seller of 94,000. Now, is that a lot? Well, if you look at all the other sellers out here, they're all 3-digit numbers, 100, 140, 180, 94,000. That's probably almost 1,000 times more than any other order out there. What do you think is going to happen when we get that big seller? Because that seller that we're looking at is, I'm using simple math. On the average, 100,000 times 273. You talk about $27 million looking to be sold out there. 27 million, not 2,700, 27 million. What do you think is going to happen to the price of that stock? Yeah, did exactly what I showed you, went down. Not being a genius, okay? It's just common sense. That's all it is. Now, let me do it another one, okay? Now, before I move forward, let me ask everyone this question. Did I lose anybody yet? It's like the Titanic going down, Richard, which, by the way, that's how I got the name of the iceberg order, which I'm going to go on to next. Kathy, you following along? Celise, you following along? Good. Everyone following along? Perfect. Is this just day trading? How can I use this as a swing? Brett, we didn't get there yet. Thanks. A great question. Okay. That's a great question. We're going to get that in the next minute. Let's go over a couple of more examples of stocks we traded this week. Revvion. Revvion went and came down. Now, let me ask you something. If a stock goes down, what what do we need for the stock to go back up? Everybody, you own a stock, you're like, my God, I'm losing money. What do I do? Do I sell it here? Let me check Mr. Fibonacci. Let me go check Bloomberg. Let me go check with Benzinga. Let me go check my MACD. What's going to do? You need buyers, right? I love it. You guys are all answering. This is awesome. This is awesome. All right. So the first thing we need to do is we need to find support. The only way we're going to find support is we've got to find the buyers. Now, if you notice, I'm not even looking at an indicator. I'm not even looking at a chart. I'm not even looking at news. I'm looking to say, well, there's got to be some big buyers out there. So right here, we see a 100,000 share buyer at 1650. I'm not even looking at anything else. Just in theory, I'm saying, I don't know, guys are going to buy $1.6 million worth of stock. I'm game. What do you think happens next? Stock goes right up to that number of 1780, test that big buyer out there, and the stock goes right back that to 1840. Now, don't tell me this never happened to you. How many of you guys bought a stock, and as soon as you bought it, it goes down? And then as soon as you sell it, it goes up. And you feel like somebody's watching you. Well, let me tell you this. Nobody's watching you. You're just not watching them. That's the problem. We do another one. Let's look at resistance levels. Here you have a stock. Robinhood made a big pot with Bitcoin recently. Bitcoin's been doing pretty well in the last couple of days. If you've been following me on Instagram or TikTok or YouTube, we've been doing really well with Coinbase, MSTR, IBIT, all those stocks. We do trade Bitcoin here at Cybertrade University too. We show you how to trade it. You don't got to trade Bitcoin itself. You could trade the stocks that trade with it also. But anyway, with that said, let's go check it out. Good traders always got to have a game plan. Nothing goes up forever, right? What's going to push it back down? Sellers. Got to have a game plan. Got to know where the sellers are without looking at a chart, without looking at anything else. I'm going to go on the Nasdaq exchange. I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to go to the floor. I'm going to see where are the sellers. And I see there, working my way down, I got a 97,000 share seller. There's 130 orders around the entire world, by the way, that makes that 97,000 at $84. What do you think is going to happen when we get close to that number? You think I want to own it? If you got a profit, listen, good traders always take profits, right? Because if you didn't, you could make a winner and convert it into a loser. And you know how many times you've done that before. So that's some of the things that we get to. Brent, we didn't get there yet. Okay, well, I'm going to get to that number. Your question regarding about the shorts and Charles Schwab. All right. So anyway, these are called iceberg orders, okay? And, I came up with that word after watching the movie Titanic, which one of you just mentioned. And the thing is, you see, it's not what's on top of the water, which all of you guys are looking at. It's what's on the bottom of the water. An iceberg is tremendous on the bottom. That's just what's floating on top. And if you don't have the radar and don't have the right tools, you're not looking at the second level, guess what? Didn't work out too well for the Titanic, all right? And you don't want to sink. Now, one last thing I want to show you, because I'm going to show you in the next few moments where to get Nasdaq TotalView, okay? So stick around, and in one more minute, I want to show you one more example because this can happen. What happens if a stock breaks the support levels? Now, we see stocks break support levels all the time, okay? So let's look at, example, nuclear stocks, because they obviously took a very big hit recently. So here's a very popular one, OKLO, right? So OKLO, $82, stock is going down. We got a big buyer sitting here at $80 at, 200,000 shares at $80. What do you think was supposed to happen when we get to $80? What do you think is supposed to happen, everyone? I want to bring something up here. It should go up, right? The big ass buyer out there, you're talking, $16 million worth of stock looking to be bought there at that number. Absolutely. Absolutely. So if you look right here, look what just happened. Stock had that buyer, went up, came down, took the buyer out because somebody, can technically sell it to him, right? And now we're down here to $60. Okay. Let me just show you. You know where it is right now? OKLO. You blow up this chart right here. Look where it is right now. It's at $60. That's where it's at right now. What happened to that 200,000 share buyer? Listen, what do you do when you look at a chart, right? You draw trend lines, you look at support and resistance levels, and you buy at the support levels, and then all of a sudden it breaks that support level. Remember, what makes a support level are buyers. And if the buyer's there, that's a good sign. But can that buyer get executed? Can someone sell to that buyer? Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's what happened. Buyer got done, and then that's why the stock, now we're at 80, now we're down to 60. Okay? So, did I lose anybody yet? That's my question. Anyone get lost? All right. Thanks, Lynn Ramsey, for sharing that with you. How often do you see these iceberg orders appear and disappear? David, all the time. And David, you're in luck, because when you start coming into my trading room, we're going to show you constantly all day long. All day long, you get to see it. All right. Now, this is what I want to do. If you want to sample and you want to play around with it, the Nasdaq TotalView, this is what you need to do. I want you to email me right now, okay? And very important, okay, because it's all automated, all right? I want you, wow, a ton of you guys emailed me. Look at all you guys emailed me about the book. This is awesome. All about the book. All right, let's open up another email, all right? And I want you to type in my name, Fausto at ctutrading.com. And I want you to write Nasdaq book, okay? And then give me your first and last name so I know who you are. I know a lot of people don't like to give their information, whatever it is, but I think we have a little bit more of a report. I know you probably trust me a little bit more. You probably want to at least let me call you out of respect who you really are. And then just write Nasdaq book and then just hit send. All right. And then what I'm going to do is this. All right. I'm going to email all of you guys 2 videos that I've made. They're about 5 minutes long. I'm going to show you where to get it on the Nasdaq website. And I'm also going to show you how to set up the defaults. Now, if you want, you can go to Nasdaq yourself and get it yourself. And by the way, I do not work for Nasdaq, for full disclosure. Okay. I am just a speaker. Okay. I'm just an educator, but they invite me on their show because they know the importance of it. And you can watch a lot of videos on their website on it, and also on our side. But you have nothing to lose but to gain. So if you want to see Fausto, I don't believe you bullshit, go out there. I'm not selling you an indicator. I'm not selling you another platform. I'm not selling you a brokerage firm. I'm selling you a seat on the exchange. You have a seat. You can walk on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange today, and most of you don't even know that. And once again, it comes down to who really trained you. All right. Getting a lot of you guys are registering right now. William, I got yours. Gail, Celeste, Tom. See all you guys. That's good. Nasdaq book. You didn't answer your question. You didn't answer your really right. You gave me a full name. Just write Nasdaq book. Nasdaq book. That's all you got to write. Let me write that down up here. Nasdaq book. Write that in the subject line. Okay. Mark, you got it right. Very good. Tom, you got it right. Perfect. Let me tell you, when you're done, you get out of here and you come to my trading floor and you start playing around with this thing, you're going to freak out. Now, let me just give you a little heads up really quick. This data is not free. Okay. I'm like, whoa, I got to pay for it. Yes. Let me explain something to you. When I started, it cost me $1,000 a month, and I was 22 years old. Today, it's $15 a month. I don't think anyone here has a problem paying $15 to have a seat on the exchange. Okay. Because if you do, I'm going to give you what my father told me. You know what? If you can't afford the $15, you can't afford to trade. So go back to your day job. All right. I'm just going to give everyone a little heads up. There's no free lunches here. In trading, the only thing that's free is the cheese in the mouse trap. And it didn't work out too well for the mouse. All right. So be very careful of getting free stuff. Obviously there's something, there's a catch. I ask everybody, well, why is it free? Like, well, how do you make money? Okay. So that's what the exchanges charge. And your brokerage firm, like one of you asked me, Thinkorswim has it, Moomoo has it, TradeStation has, they all have it, and they all just pass the fee over to you. That's all it costs. Okay. All right. Listen, we're running out of time here, so I want to get moving here really quick. I want to talk about one last thing, and then I'm going to get you guys all registered. All right. So I want to talk about level 4. Now, remember I showed you level 4 just a moment ago, so it's a little bit different. I want to show you a couple of stocks out here. Anyone have any stocks that you want to look at? Any stocks out there? Anybody looking at anything? Well, where's the market right now? Where's the market? Let me bring up my market. Let's see what's happening here. Bring up the execution system. And we're down almost 1,000 points. Oh, my God. What the hell is going on here? So probably a good short going on right now, right? Tesla. Everybody's got these brand Goldman, the Goldman Sachs. Okay, Microsoft. NVIDIA. Okay, that's a popular one. Let's look at NVIDIA. Okay, so NVIDIA is going down, right? NVIDIA is going down. Let's look at NVIDIA. It's a popular one. Now, we probably say, oh, it's going down because the market. And yeah, technically, yeah, the market's going down, so it's following along with it. But what's going to make it go up? Well, what do you need for the stock to go up? You need buyers, right? So what I want to do is right now, looking at the chart, we'll bring this back 2 days. And it looks like NVIDIA is not looking too good. All right. It's not looking too good right here. Right. But when you look at the chart, it looks like it's at support levels, doesn't it? Doesn't look like we got supports over here back in the past. Right. We're right around here. It's kind of hovering right there. Okay. Well, watch this. You ready to fall off your chair? Who thinks the stock's going up or going down? What do you guys think? Let me call you out on this. What do you think? It's going up or down? Up, 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 up. Margaret says down. Galia says up. John says down. Mike's got a question mark, has no idea. He needs to look at his indicators, he said. All right, check this out. What you're looking at right here is the current order book. And at 185, you have about 250,000 shares. Stock started going down right here around 12, a little bit before 12:30. There was a big buyer out here. The red ball means that somebody sold it to that buyer, right? Now, how much was that buyer? Let me show you. Back then it was 187,000. See what it was? So I'm going to go back. And then he got executed. He's not there anymore. So it was over 170,000. Now it's going down. Now, looking at the chart, because one of you asked me this, can I use it towards swing trading? Absolutely. So we're going to zoom out a little farther. Now, looking at the chart, could you guys tell me where you see the next buyer at? Where's the next significant buyer located? Patrick, you're right. David, you're kind of right a little bit. Anyone else? If you don't know the answer, give me a question mark. Kurt, we're going down. We're not going up. Kathy, you're right. If you don't know the answer, give me a question mark. It's going somewhere. Well, that's not important right now, Brett. The darker the color, the more shares. The lighter the color, the less shares. Mark, you're right. Brett, you're right. David, you're right. Kurt, you're right. Steve, you're right. Wow, I can't believe everyone's getting this answer right. That's amazing. I'm very impressed. Yeah. The next biggest support level is at, if you're a swing trade, is about 175. Like it or not, hope all you want. That's where the next support level is. Now, let me ask you a dumb question. Did you need a Fibonacci to tell you that? Huh? Did you need, let me put that in there. Let me put it in there. Do we need a let me get some stuff out there. What do you guys look at? What are you guys into? What gets you excited? What gets you nice and drunk and, drool in the mouth? Little Bolger bands, what, MacDs? Come on. What do you guys like? What do you guys like? The VWAP? Come on. What do you guys like? Stochastics? Come on. Stochastics in there? Come on. What do you like? You tell me what is easier to read? Okay. What is easier to read? That or this? What's easier to read? Okay. How about this? Number one or number two? What's easier to read? One or two? Wow, it's amazing. Now, listen, I didn't even teach you how to trade. I'm just teaching you supply and demand. Okay. So we've only been talking for 45 minutes. Imagine what you will learn in 1 week. First, I didn't know to need to read those colors. Well, why? Some people, one of you said, I can't believe it. One person said, John saying, why is nobody talk about this stuff? Well, let me tell you, that's a great question. The question is, where did these people learn how to trade? Okay. They go out there and, try to drive a nice car to kind of throw money on the table and try to hit that greed factor. Since we've been watching this stock, how has it been going up or going down? You know what I'm saying? So, this is trading, 101. All right. Now, who here would like to come join the trading room? Because what I want to do right now is I want to invite all of you, because there are stocks that are moving. Okay. There are stocks like in our cyber group room. Look at all the traders, right? They're looking at this stock right here. This stock right now is up 95% since we started at 12 o'clock. Look where it is now. Stock is up. Stock has continued to go higher. Oops, let me move this over here. These indicators are giving me a headache. Hold on, I got to delete them. Give me a second. Open screen. Let me just clear this out. It's just terrible. There we go. All right. So now here's that stock that we traded. There it is. That's the one. And when I asked everybody that question, a lot of you like, I never heard of TPET. All I know is the market's going down. Well, why you got to go out there and trade $178 stock when you could trade something a lot less expensive with a bigger amount of reward? If you bought, let me just show you something really quick before we go into this, before I tell you how to get you guys registered. If you bought 1,000 shares, and let's just say at $1.20, right? At $1.20, it's about $1,200, right? You sell it at $1.60, right? So let me clear this out. $1.20 you paid times 1,000. Oops. $1.20 times, sorry about that. $1.20 times 1,000. It's about $1,200, right? Minus, let's say you sold it right now at $1.60, which is like a $1,600 profit. You're up about $400. 5 times a week times 52 weeks a year. It's about $104,000. Anyone here want a $104,000 job? But the market's going down. How'd you find it? This is what we teach at Cyber Trade University. See, you don't have to kill it to make a good day's pay. You don't got to trade something that's super volatile to kind of get there. Let's go back to the PowerPoint. No job, this, yes. There you go, Mark. Isn't it nice to kind of like be your own boss, not deal with the bullshit with employees or insurance or lawyers or, fellow coworkers? You could just sit at home, make your day's pay, you know what? And don't have to worry about gas or travel, all that stuff. But this is the thing. Seeing is believing, right? So I want to show you why Cybertrain University has been doing this for 35 years. We have a 5-star rating on Google. If you haven't done it already or have followed us, definitely follow me on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all those channels. Okay. Make sure you like us, leave a comment, whatever it is. I do a lot of shorts. Okay. We got over 4,000 videos on there. You can sit there and get drunk on all of them, but definitely check them out. Those are the links right there to register, but I'm going to do better than that. Okay. I want to make you guys to be part of our team. I want to show you how we work together as a team. I don't want you to be there. You're probably sick and tired trading by yourself, trying to do on your laptop. If you look at the guys on the right, that was me when I started, and I started the first one of the very first educational schools in the industry. When I started, it was probably about 3 or 4 of us. Okay, I was probably the first one that started it. I want to show you why we've still been in business and why we're still here. Listen, to be here and do it that long, we obviously must be doing something right. And this is why Cybertrain University has been recognized and does more education for more brokerage firms, just to name a few, than any other school. And by the way, one thing I always want to remind everybody, if you're going to go out there and learn, make sure they're being endorsed by brokerage firms. All right. So what I want to do is invite all of you guys to come to my trading floor, the original one that I started. And this is what you're going to get. We do live trading all day. We do commentary. I'm going to give you hours and hours of live workshops that we do, live trading alerts, and most importantly, which probably none of you ever got, you'll be able to talk to my staff on the phone, not some stupid AI, okay? Not somebody from another country, which it's okay if you like that, all right? But you're going to talk to my staff. The people work at Cybertrain University. My youngest employee has been working for me over 10 years, okay? That's the kind of credibility that we have. These are just some of these are my instructors that you're going to meet. It will be me, Josh, and Rich. We trade all day with our traders. We do coaching sessions. We review journals. We want you to succeed because trading is a 90% failure rate and there's no reason to fail. But you know what? The goal is we want to teach you, how to make money. We want to teach you how to stop losing it. That's the biggest issue. If you learn how to stop losing it, the winners take care of themselves. And if you get a chance, definitely check out our Google reviews. You'll see a little bit more why we've been ranked with a 5-star rating. And by the way, I don't think you'll ever see that with any school in the industry. Now, you're going to get all these things. It comes out to about a $2,000 value, okay? But today, for the trial, we're only going to charge you $9. That's it, $9. It's as cheap as a morning Starbucks coffee. A little expensive one, though. So we're going to give you full access to everything at Cybertrain University that we offer for $9. Now, why would I do it for $9, not do it for the $2,000? Because the thing is this, trading's not for everyone. And I'm looking for serious people. If you can't afford $9, I know right off the bat, you probably can't afford to trade. Okay. I think everyone could afford $9. Listen, if I just taught you just a little bit what I showed you today, of seeing how to follow the orders, imagine how much money you would have saved on that last trade that you made, okay, if you just knew how to follow the big block orders. And I just basically was talking I probably only trade you for what, 10 minutes? Imagine you can see for the next 60, 70 hours. So take your phone, scan that QR code, or you can click on that link right now. We'll get you registered, all right? Now, these are all the things that you're going to get by taking advantage of the event. What we're going to do is, where is it? Right here. Here's what we're going to get. If you sign up right now, all right, as long as you take it seriously, if you're in the trading room and you're in there, I will personally give you a coaching class. I will actually talk to you on the phone. Now, I know some of you probably spent thousands and never spoke to the owner, never spoke to the guy that was behind the mic. Well, guess what? Here's going to be a chance, because you know what? This is what my goal is. I'm always looking to recruit new traders, because my traders only work about, an hour a day. Some work a little bit longer, some work less, some work once a week, some work all week. But there's people from all over the world. So, the thing is, if I could teach you how to trade, then I want to make money on your call outs. We're all going to make money together. But I don't know if you really qualify. I really don't know. You don't know if you even qualify how to trade. So let's basically have that conversation. But before we do that, let's put you in the weight room. Let's see what you could do. Let's see if you like it, if it's your style. And if it is, let me answer that questions for you privately. All right. So let's go out there. It's $9 freaking dollars. And at the end of the week, if you thought I wasted your time, I'll give you $9 back. I don't need your $9. One great question came up to me that just mentioned, someone asked me, what happens after a week? Nothing. You are not signing up for a subscription like some other people do. We don't play that game. If you don't want to be a part of CTU, that's okay. We don't need you. Okay. I'm just looking for serious traders. And it all starts by who's willing to make a $9 trade. All right. You can't make a $9 trade. Then that means you can't trade. Then you don't know how to trade. I don't looking for those traders. So let's go out there, make a small investment, let's scan that QR code, or let's go to that link. Imagine I invested my last in my prop firm. Well, there you go. All right. So how much money do you have to constantly keep replenishing that prop account? Right. And another question is, it's another person asked me here, just trying to get some of these questions. What about, yes, you can use it towards swing trading. I just showed you on NVIDIA. You can do it. By the way, anyone here trade options? You can use this towards options. And another big thing I want to remind everybody, how are you going to be a good options trader if you can't even trade the stock? It's the underlying that makes the option move. You know, everyone gets caught up on options and they like the story behind it and all that stuff. Listen, learn how to trade the stock first, and then you'll learn how to be a good options trader. Okay, let's start off with that. You want to learn how to swing trade? Well, you got to learn what's happened over the course of the day. My phone is binging like crazy, so it looks like a lot of you guys are registering. Let me do a couple of shout outs right here. Who do I got here? Tom from Connecticut just got the registration. Tom, I see you registered. Who's this right here? Brett, I see you just registered. Galia, just got your registration. Jake, I see you chatting constantly like crazy. Welcome aboard. And Kathy, so let me tell everyone this. Very important. When you register, we're going to ask you 5 very important questions. I need to know a little bit about you. Like some of you asking me what brokerage firm offer it. You tell me, I need to know a little bit about you. It's like doing your blood work. Let us know, what kind of trader are you? What kind of broker are you trading? What's your style? 5 very important questions. And then the second window when you register, very important. You got to book an appointment with one of my instructors so we can kind of walk you through the page. So, you know, and please book it as soon as you can. They book up very, very fast. There's over 100 people in here, so they're going to book up pretty quickly. Try to book it as soon as possible. Do your walkthrough, because we don't want you going to the trading floor and not knowing what's going on. They're like, okay, it's like, you know what? Today I want to learn how to lose weight. I want to join the gym. They, okay, go ahead. And you're not going to know, okay, what do I do? I watch this guy. What's he doing? Who's that guy? You know, I go in this classroom. We're very big when it comes to customer service. We really want to make sure that you're making the right decision. You know, a lot of people are very scared. A lot of people are very nervous. They don't trust certain people. And I get it. I've been there. I've done that. But watch why we've been around for 35 years. We love what we do. We want to make sure you guys are going out there and you understand what's happening and get a very good experience. Because when you're in the trading room, we want to make sure that when we talk together, that I can answer those questions in great detail. All right. Listen, this is a great job. You wouldn't be here if it wasn't, right? But you got to learn before you could earn. A couple of more people just registered. A couple of shout outs really quick. Mark Niff from Georgia just got your registration. Welcome aboard. And Salisa, I just got yours. Is that you from Iowa? Got your registration. Welcome aboard. All right. Listen, if you're just for some people that are not here, are going to watch this recording. Like I said, just try to book it as soon as possible. One person was just asking me, when could I start? Listen, I would start tomorrow or even today. Book your appointment. But if you want to start on Monday, want to review some of the recordings, get up to speed, that's great. Start the week up really quick, but don't procrastinate, okay? Don't procrastinate. You know what? Take it seriously. Like I said earlier, if you think $9 is expensive, try ignorance. Trading is a phenomenal job. It's a great job. It's a 6-figure salary job. But how are you going to do that if you don't know how to trade, if you don't know how to play the game? Been doing it for 35 years. I've seen people blow up all their accounts. And they said, Fausto, I hear it all the time. I'm going to be at a money show. I just came back from Toronto. I just did a big event for Mumu. And we just signed on another big exclusivity with one of the biggest brokerage firms in the industry, not including all the others. We've also, I'm going to be down in Orlando, what's it called? Hollywood, Florida, with the money show. I see you guys, dying for, telling me these stories, the guy that wish I found you sooner. Let's not do that now. Let's, we're not asking for thousands. We're asking for $9 stinking. Okay. $9. What is it? What is it? A cup of coffee, you said? Right? A couple of Starbucks coffee, go out there and invest it. All right. I'm ready. Bookmap liquidity and order flow foot. I need to add it to get better. Well, listen, we're going to talk a little bit about the Bookmap platform. We do use it a lot. All right. We will give you screenshots. I'll actually, I think I did a couple of screenshots here in the trading room. I'll even show you. We're constantly moving it. Oh, by the way, that the TPET, you guys been watching it? Look at that bad boy go up. Look at it go up. You know why it's going up? Buyers keep bidding it up. But I bet you didn't know about that. Cheap. Look at that. Cheap little stock, looking great, making money. That's how you learn. Market's down almost 1,000 and TPEC keeps going up. These are things you're going to learn. You know what? You basically would have paid the $9 if you just bought TPET when we posted it. And let me bring it up here. Look at this. TPET was one of the big stocks on the watch. It was number 2 on the list. And that came out at 9 o'clock this morning. Not making this shit up. It's right there and right in black and white. Okay? Right there in black and white. I'm studying traded order flow footprint. I think I can learn a lot from you. Well, listen, you can learn a little bit from everybody. And I always recommend everyone to please go out there and take classes for multiple people. Don't spend a lot of money. Eventually, you might have to put the time and effort to go out there and spend the money. But definitely go out there and try a little bit from everybody, And because listen, things change. You know what I mean? Like, listen. And let me give everyone a little advice really quick. It's very important. If you've been doing this more than 2 to 3 months and you do have a mentor and you're not making money consistently, there's a problem. Number one, he's probably a bad instructor. Or 2, it's not your style. If you had to pay somebody to work for you, after doing all these interviews and all that, and he still can't figure it out, even though he's a nice guy, a nice girl, whatever it is, you got to let him go. You got to move on. So go out there and let's listen. If it's not working out for you, you got to move on. A couple more just registered. I got to go, traders. I want to get back into the market because we're having a real good shit show right now. We're having a lot of fun. James, I just got yours from what country from? Was you from Britain? Is that what it is? BRB. I don't know where that's from. All right. Who else we got here? Michael from Ontario, Canada. All right, good. By the way, 20% of my traders in the room, all Canadians. I do a lot of training in Canada. So look forward to, you guys are in there. All right. All right, traders. Any last minute questions? Let's get registered. Come on, let's get that phone. Let's take that QR code. There's the link. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Listen, if you have any questions, please, you got my email. I'm going to send out everybody that the video. Make sure you play around with the Nasdaq book viewer. Read my book. I think you're going to have a fun time. This has been recorded. Everyone's going to enjoy it. And I look forward to teaching all of you. All right. So thanks for listening. See you all on the trading floor. Good luck. Thanks for giving us a chance. And hopefully you can change your life for the better. All right. Thanks, everybody. See you in the room.